at 6 o'clock, and what an In Focus we have for you tonight. Listen, if you've ever sent a photo to somebody through email, you probably expect that to stay private, right? But what happens if somebody tries to use it against you? How far would you go to keep it private? Some right here in Maryland have found themselves forced to answer that question. In Focus investigator Dakarai Turner right now was in the courtroom today, the federal courtroom, and has our story.
Yeah, Jamie, what you just described falls into a new category of online crimes. It's being called sextortion or sexual blackmail in many cases. It happens when someone online uses your images to extort you for more pictures, sexual acts, or in some cases, even money. But it's not revenge porn or other things you may have heard of. This left one person saying she was attacked in her own home, and it can happen before you send a single photo. Inside a federal courtroom today, Mark Punzalan was sentenced to 15 years in prison, convicted of producing child pornography. But for the family and the young lady he terrorized, it's something much more insidious.
This has been really, really tough on her. I mean, it's been humiliating. It's been scary. You know, she's attempted suicide several times.
We talked with the victim's mother after she addressed the judge today. Her mother, Carolyn, says she is haunted about the friend she thought she had and the fear she now lives with.
But I never thought somebody would pretend to be like a female friend.
It started with a little harmless online chatting. It came through a friend request as someone identifying themselves as a female. It was someone a shy 14-year-old girl with few real friends in the world trusted. Then came requests for a friendly photo and more photos when that wasn't enough. Each time, it got more explicit until the victim asked to stop.
If the girls refused, he threatened to either send it to their family and friends, post it on their doors of their neighborhood, put it on social media.
What Assistant U.S. Attorney Christy O'Malley just described is known as sextortion, an internet crime gaining momentum and popularity as technology advances. And all it takes is one photo.
We have another similar case from a couple of years back.
In this case, Mark Punzalan pled guilty and made no apologies during his sentencing. Starting in July of 2013, he got onto a messaging app named Kik and started a friendship with Carolyn's daughter. In Focus told you about the app earlier this year and the risks posed to children. Punzalan posed as a female. Except it wasn't just one girl, investigators say. It's now at least 8. O'Malley prosecuted the case.
And this, for a teenage girl, obviously is a traumatic threat, which would cause them to then send the photographs in fear that they would be exposed.
In one of their communications, Punzalan told the victim, "How about this? I'll give you 10 minutes to do what I want, and if you fail to do it, then I'll start sending them." Carolyn says Punzalan called her daughter constantly, on vacation, while at school, and even during family time. It worked, and he got what he wanted.
So they use, every app you can think of and every social media platform.
But sextortion isn't limited to people who send photos. A federal warrant filed last month in Georgia charges Michael Ford with similar crimes. Prosecutors say he used a government computer while employed at the State Department to hack into the online accounts of 250 women. Once inside, prosecutors allege he stole their private photos, attempting to extort more photos and videos under threat of exposure. Though Punzalan attacked more than one victim, Carolyn says it's her daughter who will never be the same. There have been 2 suicide attempts, hospitalizations, and now a girl, barely a teenager at the time it happened, left facing a lifetime of torture.
On the internet, you can pretend to be anybody. And as my daughter had said, you just can't trust anybody on the internet.
Well, it's important to reiterate that this, again, is not revenge porn, and there are no laws on the books addressing it. This is something fairly new for law enforcement, and Carolyn said she didn't think it could happen to her daughter, so she encourages you to keep an eye on what your kids are doing online. Sit down with your kids and talk with them about online predators. She says, though this is tough to handle right now, her family will get through it. Punzalan's attorney declined to comment.
All right, Dakarai. Now, you can read more about Dakarai's story right now on sextortion. Go to our website, ABC2news.com/infocus.